morning. Good morning. Right, did I make it public this time? Okay, so I keep doing this thing sometimes where I come on. I feel like I should be like over here. No, because I always feel like I'm turning my head one way or the other. All right. Well, I get on here and then I forget to make it public. So, good morning. How much time do I have? Cutting it close today. I'm cutting it close. What is today? Is today Wednesday? You know, it's so funny how when you're not like flowing like you normally flow, at least not, I won't say most, a lot of us here in New York City are still working from home. There, you know, stuff is still closed. The building that I would normally be at is not even, it's not open. I can go like get the mail, but I can't, like, we can't work there. So literally. All right, good morning. How is everyone today? All right, so I want to talk a little bit, like there's so much that I want to talk about. Actually, I want to talk about the winter solstice, civility, panic. Yeah, I just feel like, and I feel like it all meshes together in a strange way. Also, I have on my pajama pants. It's my comfy pajama pants. Okay, so let's get into civility first, because I think that that'll be the quickest topic. From time to time, and this is specific to my page, but I think that it applies to everyone's page. From time to time, I may post things, especially as I feel less worrisome about the thoughts of others, that may be confrontational to people. And also, some people might have their own ideas about things, which I think is wonderful. I think we're all supposed to have our own ideas about things. However, I just want to make it clear that if there are comments that become divisive, if there are comments that start with name calling, if there are comments that turn into something other than civil conversation, I'm just gonna delete them. I'm gonna delete them. This is not the place. I don't own my Facebook page, right? But I do have control over what's posted on my Facebook page. Facebook graciously granted us that for the moment. So I will delete them. So just know that if you come into this space and if you're posting on my page, or if you comment on my page, you got to come with respect, even if you vehemently disagree with what's going on, because that's how we learn as humans, is by having conversation, not by trying to make other people think the way we think, which leads me into the panic portion of things. Oh, panic. So I posted yesterday about a bill in New York State which could possibly mandate the vaccine, right? So mandate means like make mandatory. I am not posting it from a place of panic. I am posting it from a place of information. You should know what's going on in your government. And a lot of times we're not as informed. Someone passed the information along to me. I did my due diligence and went to the actual the New York State Senate website to fact check it, because you're not going to find me ever posting shit that I have not done some research on. I'm not posting random bits of pieces of information that I've Googled. I'm going to find out if it's real, because if you see it, you might trust it, right? And then people are going to share it, and I don't want my name attached to bullshit. So I post it because people should be aware. What you do with your body is a personal decision. So I'm not here to convince people one way or the other what they should do if and when there's a vaccine, right? I know I'm going to do, okay? And I'm not for taking it, to be clear. I'm not. But here's the thing about panic. When we panic about something, we stop thinking. We stop thinking, we shut down. And we cannot make proper decisions from a place of panic and fear. God, man, I mean, I feel like if you've never watched After Earth, that was really the whole point of that movie, right? The danger is real, the fear is not. And in that movie, Jaden had to learn how to calm himself down so that he could see the opportunities while in the midst of his fear. Do not allow social media, media outlets, newspapers, your grandma on the porch, your uncle while he's fixing the cars, your far left relative, your far right relative, to pull you into a state of fear and panic. Once you are there and your body starts doing all of the internal things that happen when you're afraid, certain organ systems start to shut down a little bit to conserve energy, breathing starts to change, cortisol levels rise, like your body starts to get ready, to do a thing, right? Or your body starts to freeze. That's like the panic part. Like you can't make any moves. You're just stuck. And then there's fawn, which is so weird to me, but that's the thing that I think that I used to do. I have to do more research on fawn. Like I'm like, oh, that sounds familiar. And I'm sure we'll cover it in one of my psych classes. And this is not just about vaccines or anything. This is about your life. Do not panic. Even if an asteroid was hurling toward the Earth, what that panic gonna do for you? Nothing. You're just gonna die. Right? So don't even worry about it. So if you're ever in a situation where you feel like, I don't think I'm liking where this is heading, now's a good time for you to then make some decisions about how you'd like to create your life. Panic means I don't control anything. Panic means someone else is going to dictate to me and tell me what to do. So this might be a time for you to figure out how you can arrange your life and create the life you want so that that doesn't happen. That planning does require courage and bravery. That planning may require you to make decisions that you never thought you would make. So you need to feel into what is going to be best for you. And you really, I stress this all the time, it is so important for you to get aligned here, because then the answers kind of come to you without you having to pull from them. So let's take this bill in New York City for a minute. Let's pretend that they make it mandatory. Possible. Let's say you live in New York State. And then you don't want to take it. Well, now you've got some thinking to do, don't you? Is it going to be mandatory for your children if they go to public school? Does that mean that you're going to pull them out? Are you going to consider homeschooling? Are you thinking about private school? If it's mandatory for your job, are you considering switching fields? Are you thinking about leaving the state? And this could happen in any state, right? So it's not New York State specific. Are you thinking about leaving the state? Are you thinking about heading to a state where it's not going to be mandatory? And if you head to a state where it's not mandatory, what does the political climate look like there? Because perhaps that state that's not going to make it mandatory is, might not be the most liberal state. It's a toss up. So will you find like the pocket of liberal town in that state? Because here's the thing, once you start to think through the process of what your life would look like, you stop panicking. You stop being afraid. The fear is, oh my God, I'm here. They're going to make these decisions for me. And what am I going to do? Like you have no choices. You can up and move out the country if you so desire. I don't know why people think that we have to live in the United States of America, first of all. Like living here literally is a choice. It's a choice for all 350 million of us, whatever, who are here. I don't even remember how many people live. It is a choice for us to live here. It's a choice for the people now who come here. It's a choice for you to stay here. Your ass does not have to live in this country. Now, there's not a lot of countries that's letting folks in right now because the US is just doesn't know how to do things correctly. But find a country that does. Now, you may not like that answer, right? You want to stay where you are, where you're comfortable, and you want everything else around you to change so you can be comfortable. And I can guarantee you that if you're thinking about doing that in your life, by the way, that's how you operate your relationships. And that's probably why you have problems in your relationships, because you want other people to change and you want you to stay the same because you don't want to get out of your own comfort zone. So there's no reason for you to panic. Move. And I make it sound so simple because it is. It really, the choices are simple. The steps leading up to the choices might not be. But here's the thing. Oh, they're having trouble playing this video. Ha, I betcha. But I'm going to keep talking. And if anything else, I'll just upload it and record it later. But here's the thing. Once you commit to a choice, it is amazing how the universe will begin to unfold for you. It is amazing how things will come your way, will fall into place. Like everything that you will need for that choice to happen will just somehow appear. And so that's what I want you guys to like. I'm trying to get back to my page because it said it was freezing over there. And sometimes I try to like see your comments a little bit while I'm doing this. I try. So that's what I want you guys to understand. So I don't want you to panic if you see people posting things and all of that. This is for you to make informed decisions about your own life. Not to panic. So that's Civility and Panic. And I'm going to speak really briefly about the solstice, and really briefly because I have not, and I don't know how else to say this. And I'm sorry, sometimes I say that because I still have a fear of people taking things the wrong way. I do. And so I haven't been given all of the messages for what's happening in the solstice. And I don't want to speak from my ego's perspective on it. I want to make sure that whatever I'm speaking from is clear from soul perspective. And to be fair, I'm certainly not the only person who's doing this or you know, I want y'all to speak from soul perspective too. The winter solstice is coming. It is traditionally a time when there's a celebration because the light is coming back, right? You have it's the longest night of the year, and then after that, you know, the nights get shorter and the days get longer. And so it was celebrated as a return to the light. So all your Christmas stuff, the evergreen tree, you know, symbolizing lasting life, the Yule log symbolizing the light returning, the festivities that happen, the dancing, the rejoicing, you know, the beauty of different tribes and cultures is that they had such respect for nature that everything was a celebration. Like we look at it as primitive, how they explained things, but in some ways it was so pure, and it was just so beautiful, you know, because everybody didn't necessarily, it's not like a scientific understanding of the equinox and the solstice, but they knew, and here they knew what it was, you know. So I love Yule, and the winter solstice. Also during that time, there's a astrology thing happening, Jupiter, Saturn, you know, type of conjunction. Y'all know I'm not the astrology person. You know, I'm I feel into the things. And so I know what I do know, and no one could tell me otherwise, is that there will be some transitions in some people who are open and ready for that. It's like, okay, so here's the thing, like with human beings, like all of us can receive these downloads and codes, right? All of us can receive that. Please, you know, there's some people who think only they can or whatever have you. Now, everyone can receive them. I do believe that there are some people who were sent here in their bodies to kind of receive at a different level, if you will. However that happens, that happens. And so the downloads either come easier, they come quicker, that type of thing, right? But it's kind of like when your computer upgrades, right? You know, you put it down, like my MacBook had an upgrade, you know, you set it out for the night, the system behind the scenes does the upgrades so that it runs better, faster, stronger, $1 million man type of thing. That's what we're leading into toward the end of this year. Now, you could experience this somewhere in the background of your life and not pay any attention to it and not know it's there, like it's not activated. You know what I'm saying? Like you could receive the downloads and all of that stuff, but you're living a mundane life, you're going about your business, you're doing whatever, you haven't changed a thing, you're just out here, you're in the matrix, whatever. It's just not going to be activated. You know, the information will just kind of sit there in storage because you didn't press install, right? It's like, okay, your computer's been updated, please restart. Like it'll say, please restart to finish the installation. Some of y'all not gonna restart. You're just not interested, right? So you're just gonna keep on sliding. This ain't for you then. For those of you who are willing to press restart on your machine, you are going to be required to make some changes in your life. It will not be a question. And this is, again, not from a place of fear or panic. If anything, this should be a place of, yes, you're going to be required to make some changes. I cannot tell you what those changes are. I do not consider myself a psychic, though I am a reader. You will know what needs to happen. Some of y'all might need to move, change your relationship, change your diet. I mean, this sounds like, yeah, I would have had to do that anyway. No, you're gonna need to do it. Because you're gonna start to feel it, the difference, the angst in your body. I myself will be slowing down my social media stuff from now leading and preserving my energy from now leading up to that time. I don't know that I'm being called to like it. Interestingly enough, I am not being called to give up meat. That is a thing for and it's not because of my ego. I could literally not eat meat and I'd be fine. Like my brain doesn't need meat. but as of late, I've had to eat beef, grass-fed, humane, but I have had to eat beef. It's not a question. It's not a question. My body literally demands it. So maybe you'll be called to do smoothies. Maybe you'll be called to do a water fast. Do not, whatever it is you're called to do for whatever is happening, do not become dogmatic about it, please. Don't start listening to a whole bunch of people and go, oh my God, I gotta be vegan for the next month, otherwise I won't receive my codes. No. There's nothing wrong with being vegan. But we have to learn, and I'm gonna say this and then I gotta go. That which created us is infinite. It is infinite. And again, as I said before, we cannot grasp the concept of that idea in our human mind because we are in something that's finite, right? So we just cannot. It is infinite. It has spread itself into 7 billion different vibrations and can continue to do so and split as many times as it desires. And each manifestation of that be different. Remember what I said about your fingerprint. Whenever you wonder about your uniqueness, remember your fingerprints. So we're all not called to all do the same thing because that's what we're all supposed to do. And in terms of you upgrading, some of you may be called to sit in meditation. Some of you may be called to do ecstatic dance. It is whatever that vibration that runs through you is calling you to do. And that's for preparation for anything, aside from like a medical procedure when they tell you not to eat, for 24 hours. But you'll get what I'm saying, right? So if there's something that's mystical that's happening in the world, do not run and think that you got to all of a sudden do 5 yoni steams, 6 yoni pearls, 2 yoni eggs, a partridge in a pear tree, and you got to only drink celery juice 5 times a day. Now, if that's what you are being called to do and you know it and feel it within yourselves, then you do it all. But don't do it because you listen to so-and-so's, I say this, don't I? You listen to so-and-so's live stream and they said, go be vegan until December 21st and you got to do it until January 1st. I'm on here telling you, do what the fuck your body and your soul tell you to do. That's it. I truly believe in sovereignty. I'm a libertarian at heart. That's my, if I could have a political party that would actually do some things, it'd probably be libertarian. I fully believe in the capacity of human beings to actually be responsible for themselves. And that means you spiritually as well. It's hard that way sometimes because some of y'all be on some fuck shit. And I could see why people want to come along and tell everybody what to do. But that's not what we're here for. So in preparation for the solstice and all that is happening, sit with yourself and discover what it is that you are going to need to ride that wave. Your walk doesn't look like mine or the next person's. So you need to figure out for yourself what that process, I don't know if it, this idea of ascension, whatever, I don't know if it's up or down or sideways. What I do know from my own personal experiences over the past month is that it'll be very interesting. So I might need meat because I need to be grounded because whatever's going to come through me might have me shooting up and I need to be in this body. And it's like, hey, we need you dense. Right? Understand the vibrational thing. We need you dense and in here because I am a very embodied person. People feel me. I'm a very slinky cat. I need to be in it. Meat. Some of y'all are a little bit too dense. You need to get a little lighter. You got too much holding you here. You're not, it's making you stiff. It's making you immobile, like a tree. Like, and you got to be able to move. You got to be able to let your body and your spirit, kind of like be a little freer. And so maybe you might need not to eat dense foods. You might need to eat a little leafy green stuff. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I want you to feel into, you got to know your own vibration. I start doing all plant-based, I'm out. I'm gone. I've done it. My body doesn't like it. It literally does not like it. All right, so that's all I'm gonna say today. Please enjoy your hump day Wednesday. Go hump, do a little something, do a little self-pleasure, master your urbation, all of that fun stuff. I will see you all back here. Yesterday was my PMS day, so I'm a much happy camper. I'm a much happy camper today. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. I love you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching the replay.